Yes, all right then, lads. Welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. We are gonna speak Kieran Trippier. We are gonna speak Eddie Nketiah. We are gonna speak Dusan Vlahovic. That's that name out there. Dusan Vlahovic. And I will do a video about Kieran Trippier later in the day. And I'll also do a video about Dusan Vlahovic later in the day. Try to dive into why Arsenal want to sign these players. But the more interesting piece is about Kieran Trippier. Arsenal are ready to make 31-year-old Kieran Trippier the replacement of Hector Bellerin. What madness. What madness. But it would be a good deal though. I think it would be a good deal for Arsenal, though a little bit out of what we want to build as a project. I'm gonna dive into that. I'm gonna discuss that. We will talk about Tammy Abraham as well and Joe Willock. Right, let's get the party started. People, welcome back to the channel. We are sponsored by Yugabet. The wonderful people at Yugabet are asking you one thing. Please, if you want to bet with them. Bet with them. Link is in the video description. Always for your 100% betting bonuses. Always for your match day bonuses. They have the best odds in Uganda. They have the best website that doesn't freeze, and they are reliable. Bet with bet with Yugabet so that you actually do not make any regrets, or you do not get any regrets for that case. So let's dive into Arsenal's interest in a new right back. Finally, I'm relieved that Arsenal even want a right back, because in the last fortnight we've not had Arsenal being linked with a serious centre back. But now here we go. Here it is. Arsenal finally linked with a right back, and that man is that man's name is Kieran Trippier, Atletico Madrid. Now this story comes from Charlie Wyatt, or Charlie Yet. I don't know how he pronounces his name, but Charlie Yet, and he writes for The Sun. Now, do you trust The Sun, people? I'm gonna ask you that question first. Just let me know in the comment section. Do you trust The Sun? Yes or no? Yes or no in the comment section. Yes, Cossy, or no Cossy, just let me know. But the story doesn't come the story is actually coming from Charlie Wyatt. He writes from The Sun, for The Sun. And look, he might write for The Sun. The Sun have a damaged reputation in terms of credibility, but for me, Charlie is one of those best journalists that I do respect. One of those good journalists that I do respect. Despite the fact that the house he writes for is a little bit full of cocoons, but I think him as a person, him as a lad, is a very good one, and is the man that has actually broken this story. Very interesting, very interesting, because he says, I just want to pick the right story to read around here so that we actually get it right. He says Arsenal have identified Kieran Trippier as their next target if Hector Bellerin leaves. They want him to replace Hector Bellerin. Now, Kieran Trippier is 31 years of age, and Atletico Madrid are looking at around 34 million euros to sell the player. Manchester United is believed to be the club that are so close to signing Kieran Trippier, and the player would want to play for Manchester United. A couple of reports from the Manchester Evening News. Obviously, don't ask me how I know this. I work with 90 More, so I do a lot of work on other clubs on 90 More, so make sure you do check out 90 More if you want to be informed the way I am. So Manchester Evening News, obviously, they predominantly report around Manchester United and Manchester City, and a couple of other small clubs around Manchester, but they dominantly write about around Manchester City and United. They are saying United is going to make a third signing, and that signing is believed to be Kieran Trippier. However, United are not so sure if they will sign in Kieran Trippier or they will get in a central defensive midfielder. But at the moment, the third signing United could make is Kieran Trippier. Now, Arsenal want to hijack this deal. Arsenal want to come in and hijack the Kieran Trippier deal. Is it a good deal? Is it not a good deal? I'm gonna ask you another question. Would you take Kieran Trippier at Arsenal? Beautiful question. Would you take Kieran Trippier at Arsenal? We have Kieran Tierney on one side and Kieran Trippier on the other side. Makes sense. Beautiful, isn't it? But look, let's dive into what I think about this one. Trippier is 31 years of age. Now, that means you're bringing in a player with experience. You're bringing in a player who's played in the league before. You're bringing in a player who's won the league with Atletico Madrid. There's a lot you get by signing a player like Kieran Trippier. Yes, he might not be. You're gonna give him a 3-year contract, and probably a 1-year extension option. Yeah, something like that. And I think what Arsenal will get by signing Kieran Trippier is a lot, because our defense is averagely 22-23. Ben White is 23, Gabriel Magalhaes is 23, and Kieran Tierney is what, 22, 23 as well. So if you bring in someone who's 30, it makes a lot. If you bring in someone who's 30 in this bunch of kids, it makes a lot. It means a lot that you have the maturity, you have the character, you have the leadership as well, and you have a person who has actually traveled a lot and played a lot more games than any other player in the defense. So it would make a lot of sense to have Trippier and Ban Leno as part of the defense. Leno is 28, Trippier is 31. You can see actually Leno is 29 and Trippier is 31. So you can see what we're talking about. But it slightly goes off the radar of the project we want to build. Because what Arsenal are trying to do is we're trying to sign in young players that have value and have a lot of potential to become great players. The likes of Lokonga, the likes of Ben White, the likes of Saka, the likes of Martinelli, the likes of Nuno Tavares, Kieran Tierney, and a couple of other players. So if you bring in Kieran Tierney at the moment, by the time this team matures, by the time Arsenal, by the time the Sakas mature to start delivering, Trippier, it's over for him. I mean, he would be retiring. I think he would be going to, Qatar, Turkey, to make some good money. But I think it is not wayward. It is a very brilliant idea. Instead of bringing in another young right back, so you have 4 young players in the defense. You bring in someone who can give you that touch of experience. You bring in someone who can give you that touch of pedigree, that touch of a been here, a played here. There's some moments where you need players like Kieran Trippier, and he's a very good player, by the way, very very good player. And I think if he compares the game time he will get at United. Because at United, he's going to compete with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Honestly, United, I looked at their match yesterday. They were playing Everton 4-0. They were absolutely so good. I think if Kieran Tierney would want to join Manchester United, they have a better future. They look like they're set to win the title in the next 3 campaigns. Within the next 3 campaigns, they can win the title. Arsenal are not close. Arsenal are absolutely not close. But I would take Kieran Trippier. Would you? Would you take Kieran Trippier? The price, 32 million. Well, this is a little bit confusing, because if Arsenal want to pay 32 million pounds for Trippier, we would spend the same amount of money on Max Aarons, and Max Aarons has a longer, his career has still has that element of longevity. And then that's where it becomes confusing. If you're getting Trippier at around 20 million euros, yeah, maybe I would try. But if it is 30, the same amount of money that could get me a good right back like Max Aarons, played in the Championship, played in the Premier League, maybe I would think about. Max Aarons and non Trippier. But anyway, that is the update. Arsenal want Trippier. We've talked about that. Then we also want a striker, and we are linked with a striker according to Gianluca Di Marzio, and the guy is called Dusan Vlahovic. This is crazy, absolutely crazy. The name is wayward. Dusan Vlahovic plays with Fiorentina. Now, apparently Arsenal believe Lacazette could leave. And with Lacazette leaving, a couple of names have been listed, including Tammy Abraham, including Lautaro Martinez, and including Dusan Vlahovic. So Vlahovic is 60 million euros. I got shocked when I saw the price. I was like, what the hell? I mean, how come he's he is this expensive? 60 million euros for Arsenal to pay for Dusan Vlahovic. It's crazy. Would I pay 40 million for Tammy Abraham? Would I pay 60 million euros for Dusan Vlahovic? Would I pay 70 million euros for Lautaro Martinez? It's a little bit confusing. And with Edin Ketia now, he has an injury for around 4 weeks. That's what I know. 4 weeks at the moment. But what I know is Nketiah is wanted by Brighton at the moment. So Brighton are ready to push for a 20 million euro bid or move or deal for Eddie Nketiah. If Nketiah leaves and Lacazette leaves, Arsenal do need a striker. They're looking at 3 options now: Tammy Abraham, Dusan Vlahovic, and Lautaro Martinez. Who will we sign? Finally, Newcastle are still waiting for Arsenal and the player himself, Joe Willock, to decide. Newcastle have already tabled a couple of deals, including a loan deal, including a permanent deal. But Arsenal and Joe Willock are still thinking about it. I'm asking myself, what the hell are you thinking about? How much time do we have? And what the hell are you thinking about with Joe Willock? He's not the worst player, like I've already said. But if the right offer comes in, let him go. People, let him go. We've got to be ruthless. Let Joe Willock go. My name is Cossy. Sign up with my channel by clicking that subscribe button. It's totally free. Click the notification bell, totally free. And do me a favor, we are getting very close to the like target. Please smash the like button, people, right about now. Let's smash that like button. We are very, very close to our like target, which is 500 likes on this video. So make sure you smash up to 500 likes on this video, and I'll speak to you in the next one. In the next episode of this channel, on this channel, sorry, we are gonna be speaking Arsenal, Tottenham, predicted lineup, and a simple kind of who should start, who shouldn't start. That's all. I'll speak to you in an hour. It's gonna be in an hour.